All right, we got to see some Sam Howell, some more Sam Howell. I liked what I saw from the first game. Wasn't perfect, but, you're never going to be perfect. I thought he played well in that game, and I was excited to see him play in this game, and I think there was some good and some bad. We'll start off with this play. This is good, and this is something that I think Howell has so far done a very good job of in a Washington football team, I guess Washington Commander uniform at this point. I think he's done a good job of just kind of running an offense. And this is exactly that kind of play where it's going to be zone coverage they're going up against. The two receivers that are lined up to Howell's left, one of them's running a deeper route, the other one kind of underneath, and the hope is that everyone covers the underneath guy and you can get someone wide open down the field. That rarely happens. So typically people will cover the deeper route and you can throw underneath, gain some yards. It's a 2nd and 23 here. So you're trying to make it a possible 3rd down, really. Right when this play begins, what you're going to notice is that right here, the underneath route is open. And again, this is the stuff that I feel like Howell has excelled at. Howell just moves the ball down the field. That's something that you can't take away from him. The guy gets results, and sometimes the way you get results is not by making a flashy move. Sometimes it's by making a simple move, like what he's going to do here. Watch him throw it, and you're able to gain a decent amount of yards. You gained, about 9 there, and just made it a possible 3rd down scenario. So you did your job. That's what you wanted to do, create a manageable 3rd down, or a possible 3rd down really, and he did that. However, on the 3rd down, it wasn't ideal, so it's going to be a cover 1 play that the Chiefs are in. I'm assuming they're just doing this because of preseason. It'd be kind of a weird play call in the regular season, but maybe they just want to see how their corners can, match up on the outside like this. Which, the answer is going to be not great because there's a go route towards the sideline. These routes are great against this type of coverage. You can get a big chunk play potentially because there's only one safety over the middle of the field. The sidelines tend to be open down the field. And so Sam Howell takes the snap, and you see right away, how well that receiver got open. He's already going back towards the ball. And this is where the issue arose because this has to be a completion. It just does. It's so open. You're never going to get this open in the NFL, and it's not that far down the field. But Howell underthrew it. There's just no getting around it. That was an underthrown pass. Now, again, maybe the receiver could have fought well and been able to make the catch. Sure, all of that. But with how open he was, you got to lead the receiver, not make the receiver come back towards the ball. It was an underthrown pass. Sometimes those result in pass interferences, but it did not result in a pass interference there because the guy was so open. You got to be able to hit that. That's just a mistake from Howell. Also, this play real quick, if this is something you care about, for all the people that say you need to have a tall quarterback, he hit someone's helmet with a throw, so I guess that's what you would, if he was a couple inches taller, maybe he doesn't do that. How much do you care about that? I don't know, but again, telling you what I saw, letting you make the decisions and how big of a deal you think it is, letting you make those calls. Again, going back to this play, I thought this was very good. This is similar to the first play of just running an offense type of plays. It's a similar concept to that second play where he missed on the deep ball, but it's a different route. The receiver is going to, cut and come back. And so because of that, this now means that if you can time it up perfectly, it can be a completion. Howell takes the snap. He's going to look in that direction. And as you see, he does time it up well, and it's just wide open. Now, you're going to sit here and say, well, okay, it was wide open. Like, he should have made that throw. And that's true. He should have made that throw. That's a throw you should make. But what he did was he put himself in position to succeed by reading the pre-snap play, realizing that the sidelines are going to be open, and putting him, the ball in that direction. And you could even give him credit for the deep shot that he missed because he also put himself in position to succeed there. He made the correct read, made the correct decision, and just missed that throw. Well, this time he doesn't miss the throw. As you see, it was right on the money. Again, it was wide open, but hey, an accurate throw is an accurate throw regardless of how open the player is. He, made the throw correctly, and they were able to pick up some yards. So this kind of stuff, very good. There was this play, which, listen, you have to think to some degree if Howell is going to be successful at the NFL level, probably a part of it is going to be with his legs, right? Just given how much he's used that over the course of his college career and then here into preseason. And so far it's working. Listen, you don't have to be Lamar Jackson to be effective using your legs. Ryan Fitzpatrick was effective using his legs, right? It's all about how you use it sometimes. Where what's going to happen on this play is it's man coverage, and it seems like that's when Howell likes to run, which makes sense. 5 guys have their backs turned towards the quarterback. So, this is your opportunity. Right when this play begins, you're going to notice the C sort of parts right here. There's a clear window where he can throw if he can run, if he wants to. Whatever he saw down the field, he doesn't like, so that's another aspect. He did look to throw. This wasn't an intentional run from the start or an intentional scramble from the start. He was looking to throw, but just doesn't love what he sees. So watch him instead scramble out, and he is going to, pick up a first down on this play. The flag was for defensive holding, so the play stood, all of that good stuff, and this is just something that he's been effective at doing throughout the course of his career. It doesn't make a ton of sense. It doesn't seem like he's the, Lamar Jackson out there. He's not Cam Newton out there, even though he'll run over guys. At least he would in college. But listen, if it works, it works, and it works for him. And also this play, he did make some good throws. A play like this, it's going to be quarters coverage. He has a receiver running a deep route towards his right, and what's going to be interesting, I think, is sort of how he goes about doing this. So it's essentially going to turn into a one-on-one matchup. There is two safeties deep, but with other routes going deep over the middle, that's going to actually take away the safety who's on the offense's right. So it's going to essentially be a one-on-one matchup, meaning the corner who is covering that route is going to be playing further deep because he wants to make sure he doesn't get burned down the field. Look at how when this play begins, Howell is going to throw one in that direction, and you see kind of the leverage right here. Defensive back making sure he doesn't get burned deep. So what do? Throw it a little bit before the end zone. That's kind of just smart football because the defensive back is thinking, don't give up a touchdown, don't give up a touchdown. So throwing it right before the touchdown can sometimes be a good move. As you see, the receiver is able to make the grab. Good catch by him, but also Howell put the receiver in a position to succeed with where he threw the football. So both of those two things working together were really what made that play work, and that's what can get you excited if you are a Washington football team fan, the fact that he can make smart plays like that. So yeah, that's kind of what I thought about Sam Howell in his second preseason performance. It was up and down, right? The interception, which I did not break down because I think that was just a miscommunication. I don't think that actually was, I think to me that looked like one guy was on one page and one guy was on a different page, which, that's very different than like a missed throw or something. Anytime you see one of those plays that looks like it's a horrible missed throw, usually it's not a horrible missed throw, it's actually a miscommunication. Not always, but usually. So that's what I assume happened on that play. And as a whole, I thought he played well. I did not think this was a bad performance whatsoever. He showed some nice things, and I think that he is continuing to be impressive. One of the issues with being a 5th round pick is that you do not get you don't get the same time to develop as a first rounder does, but that's just the situation. I thought Sam Howell played all right. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.